Alrighty, so today we're going to go over the standard splash. This is a shot I would always come back to if I just wasn't getting the consistency and the results that I wanted to see out the bunkers out on the golf course. Bring it back, let's get really good at the basics, the things that you have to do well to hit a good bunker shot, and then from there go into the shots where you have to adapt. On the ground here, I have a line that kind of is behind the ball and a line in front, and that line is sort of the target line. I have a stick that's about 18 paces away up there. That's kind of where I hit my standard splash shot too. So I know the distances that carries. That's a great thing to always have, just to have a standard stock bunker shot that feels really comfortable to you, and you know kind of where that goes, because then you can always come back to it to refine the things that we're going to go over today. I also have a line on the ground here for ball position. So foot position for people can vary a little bit how open you are to the shot itself. I like to go a little bit open with my bunker shots. That kind of matches the way that I move in the swing. That's where I tend to see work best for most people. The ball position, I'm going to ignore these lines for a second and just kind of look at the shot and set up to it. And you can see how forward I like to have the ball position in this kind of shot. That really helps me to deliver contact with the sand using the back edge of the club. I'm going to use the bounce. When I see people not hitting good bunker shots, I see a wide variety of sort of sand divots. So one thing that I really like to see with players is, if they are not hitting consistent shots, is to go back and just kind of work on how they are actually delivering the club into the sand. We're going to go over that today as well. So ball forward, face to the sky, butt of the club. I like it somewhere around the belt buckle or just a tiny bit forward, maybe inside the left hip. And they're really the keys for me. And you can see down the line how I like to set up a little bit open to it. So that really is sort of my setup. I kind of shuffle a little bit into the sand to create a little bit of a base, but I don't go crazy. And that's kind of right it, because we want that solid base. And that's my setup right there to hit this standard shot. And the movement wise, I have a few simple keys in the backswing, and then I have sort of one key thing for the overall move itself. So in backswing, from the setup, my keys are, one is like, I always want this face staying open. I never want to see it kind of closing like that down to the ground. So my reference point is right in the takeaway is sort of 3 feet away, or maybe 2.5, butt of the club pointing somewhere around left pocket. Then at that point, I've sort of kept the face that way, it looks to me. So I've kept it open right in the takeaway. So right in the takeaway, as I've got like still moving nicely with the upper body, allowing that to sort of rotate, stable with the lower. By the time I get to there, I've kept the loft on the face, and the butt of the club is pointing somewhere near left pocket. And then really the only thing I'm trying to do from there is I'm going to put the butt of the club pointing down towards the ball. And they're my 2 checkpoints. At left pocket, I've kept the loft on the face. At the top of the backswing, I've got the butt of the club pointing the ball. And then the overall move feel that I have is really just allow the club head to dictate the swing. So in a actual full swing, we might see like in transition, the body kind of move in a powerful, dynamic way. In bunker shots, and other more finesse shots a lot of the time, we want to see that club head sort of dictating sort of the shot itself, the pace of the shot, and so forth. And I have a little drill that we'll go over shortly just to help with that. So just to kind of go over setup and movement, a little bit open, butt of the club, belt buckle to left hip area, face to the sky, and that's kind of it for me. And that worked out really nicely. So now I just want to go over a little drill that's going to help. You can see I've got a nice divot that it's about 8 inches long. It's like and that kind of is sort of the way I like to enter the sand. And I'm always looking for that sort of splash shot there when I'm hitting a pretty basic bunker shot, or what I would call like a simple bunker shot. So the drill that I've got that's going to help you with that is one that I learned from a friend of mine who's a really good coach, England national coach, Graham Walker. And so I feel fortunate to be able to share this drill. Very simple, really helps sort of gain awareness of how the club head has to move. So I'm just going to kind of brush over the sand here where I've been and pull a ball in. And what I'm going to do is, if I just put it in the same spot I just hit from, just for the camera, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line on the ball this way again, and then I'm going to go about a club head that way. And all I'm going to do is get into my sort of setup position, right hand only, allow the club head to swing on the way back. I'm still working through that sort of point there that I have butt the club to the butt of the club to pocket, and then making sure that I've got the loft on the face, and then I'm just allowing the right hand to kind of hit the shot. I can feel the club head a lot more. There we go. And I'm going to thump the sand as much as I can with the bottom of the club and get some nice consistent divots. And then after I've hit sort of 4 or 5 of them, kind of keep that same feel and then hit a shot. So that drill is sort of my favorite with players, to kind of get them to help them get a consistent sort of delivery with the club head. So if you are struggling and you're taking different kind of divots, go away, draw those lines, the line from the ball and the line behind, work on the right hand only, hit those, and then get into hitting your shots.